You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Feds tout well-prepared Trump fare after blistering heat wave hospitalized attendees based on an article by Daniel Hampton. A state ceremony built for one man, not the public. Power sets the terms. Federal officials called Trump's July 4th spectacle safe and well-prepared even after the heat forced the great American state fair to shut down and sent paramedics scrambling to treat attendees. That is the basic fact pattern. The public absorbed the danger, and the institutions responsible for the event issued reassurance after the damage was already visible. The brief safety theater. The reporting says organizers moved public entry at the Washington Monument grounds from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. to limit heat exposure. That is a real concession, but it is also an error one. The crowd lost 4 hours. Trump lost nothing. His 9:45 p.m. remarks and the 10:30 p.m. fireworks stayed intact, which tells you exactly where the authority sits and whose schedule the state is protecting. The heat was not the story, the management was. This was not just bad weather. It was institutional decision-making under conditions that were plainly dangerous. The agencies involved Freedom 250, Park Police, the National Park Service, Secret Service, and FEMA presented coordination as competence while the fairground emptied. Attendees sought relief in a baptismal pool and some were reportedly hospitalized. The public got cooling stations and a statement. The president got a stage. Who gets protected? The event's frame is revealing. The language of celebration and preparedness works as a shield for a political hierarchy that can absorb no interruption. When the official story emphasizes expanded water stations and medical support, it tries to convert emergency management into proof of virtue. But the more important fact is that the state rearranged the crowd around the presidency, not the presidency around the crowd. The pattern beneath the pageant. This is what modern reactionary spectacle looks like. A leader-centered event that treats the public as scenery, then calls the resulting strain safe once the paperwork is in order. The cruelty is banal because it is administrative. The misdirection is deliberate because it shifts attention from power to weather, from choices to conditions, from responsibility to coordination. The real lesson. The story is not that Washington was hot. The story is that federal institutions can still organize themselves around a manned ceremony while ordinary people are asked to endure the consequences. That is not civic ritual. It is state power used to stage legitimacy, with the public made to stand in the heat and call it celebration. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Raw Story for today's article. With the automated voice of Kiesel, thanks for listening.